Hey guys, this is Kieran. Today's exercises are looking at spinal flexion. So in particular, focusing on the lower back area, the lumbar spine, and the ability to go forward. So for example, touching your toes. If this is an area that you've sort of lost flexibility in, or you've hurt that area, then you might find these exercises useful. With lower back injuries, there can be a lot of reasons why someone might feel the degree of pain that they feel. I think reminding everyone that pain is an experience, it's subjective, it's a personal thing. And so what that means is it's a hard thing to quantify. It doesn't mean that someone's rating doesn't have significance. So we're thinking about like those intensity scales out of 10, you rate your pain. Your 10 out of 10 is going to be different to my 10 out of 10. It's a relative thing to your past and sort of current and perceived future experiences. So it's the thing that needs to be considered in this context because it's one of the more commonly injured areas. When we see injuries, particularly in the lower back, there are patterns that might come about. Patterns of movement that might make things feel worse and patterns of movement that might make things feel better. So whenever you're doing these exercises, you're looking for the pattern that makes things feel better. Sometimes it's a little bit counterintuitive. Obviously, if you've got an injury and you're in pain, don't use this as a guide. Go see a local health professional, get a diagnosis and a personalized treatment plan. But say that stuff's behind you and you just realize that, hey, it's still challenging to like bend down, get things off the ground, not necessarily because of pain, but because of, say, stiffness, then you might find this sequence useful. This first exercise is probably where I typically start. And the idea is that you're flexing your lower back. So you're getting into this kind of shape. And we're going to do it repeatedly or through a hold. So you lay on your back, legs here, and then I'm just going to adjust this mic because I think I might squish it. And then you pull your knees to your chest like this, and then back down. And you can see that as I pull more, my tailbone area is coming off the ground, or the bed, I should say. So I'm going to hold and come down. Now you could do these repeatedly, or you could just hold and breathe and relax. And what you'll find that if this is going to help, it's probably going to start to help after about 10 or 20 of them, maybe even up to 30. And how do you know it helps? Well, you'll get up and you will try something like this or like this, and it'll feel better. Okay. Second exercise you can do on the plinth or on the ground is to get into this position, come down and reach like this. And my arms aren't reaching, they could just be here as well. The idea is more that you're flexing through here. That lower back is moving forwards. And then you just relax. Okay, so let's move on to sort of the next step that you might take. So the next step you might take is a seated flexion. It's a nice option where you're still in a bit of a semi-supported position, but you're feeling like you're not ready to do a standing version. So this is a little bit tricky. If you have a chair without the handrails, maybe that's going to be more helpful so you can get your legs wider. But all you do, same thing, is bend forward. So from here, and then go forward, and then come back up. And my lower back is going through that flexion movement, or it's bending forward. You can add a little bit of overpressure as well. So I can grab the chair and pull myself further into it. I can even wrap my arms around my legs here and pull. And I can also, if I want, I could use my hands to push myself back up. So you've got lots of options within that to either increase the intensity or reduce the intensity. I find that it's a good one, not necessarily just as repeated, but I really do like the sort of extra oomph you can put in just pulling yourself down like this. All right, let's look at our standing versions. So standing versions are where you want to end up at, because that's going to be kind of where you want to take this skill back to. You know, normal function within the lower back is the ability to be able to bend forward or contribute to bending forward through the hips, the rest of the spine, and to a degree considering some of your like flexibility through the back of your legs. Simply, you're just going to bend down like the other exercises, come back up and bend down, and you can do it repeatedly. You could just do a hold like we've done in the previous exercises. What you can also start to do is add a little bit of weight. So this is 6 kilos, so I can hold it. And then what the weight will just do is it'll just allow me to get a little bit deeper sometimes. So coming up and then down. Now you might feel stretch in the lower back. You might feel stretch in through the back of the leg. It doesn't really matter necessarily where you feel it. The idea is that you're building tolerance. I would think about combining this with our other exercise where you're bending backwards, so I'll link that up here. And just work through the progressions to a point where you feel like you've restored enough flexibility that your normal day-to-day function is where you want it to be, or you're doing the activities where you want them to be at the level that you're sort of satisfied with. Keep an eye out for some of my other videos coming in for other aspects of flexibility, particularly bending sideways or sideways movement. And then we'll be looking at some rotation stuff as well. If you like this video, then please hit like below. Otherwise, to check out more of our content in the future, you can subscribe to our channel by clicking our logo over here. And to check out our latest video, click up here.